Welcome back to Chain. It has been a long time, and really I didn't anticipate doing too many more of these, and then suddenly I found myself thinking back to an old tape-based game I used to play on my Electron. Yeah, I'm actually running this in a BBC emulator, but never mind. We'll see if this works. It is... if it's going to work. Oh yeah, play the tape. Always important to press play. Right. So, it's Super Pool by Software Invasion. And no, we don't want a high score table. This screen, this always just looks so fantastic when it's 3D, it takes forever to draw, but it looked so impressive. Although actually, if you look at it, the perspective isn't right. The shading on the text is all wrong, but never mind. So the game itself is loading from tape. The tape here is actually sped up quite a bit. The real full experience, you'd actually be sitting here waiting for about 10 minutes or so while it loaded up, but thanks to the joys of emulators, we can go a bit faster. Right, watch this. This, right now, there you go. It was called Pooh. Just for a second, this game was called Pooh. But there we go, Super Pool by Robin J. Leatherbarrow. This is the reason that I loaded up the Electron version and not the BBC version. Because the BBC version shows this screen in teletext and it all just comes up in one go. You just miss that brilliant moment of it saying Pooh on the screen. That's really important as far as I'm concerned. Right, so the game itself. It's the same controls as everything else. And so I move this target around, and level 1 is simply pot all the balls as far as I remember. I don't recall it taking much skill. You notice the speed of the balls is rather arbitrary. Oh, there we go. 2's gone in. You don't have to put them in any order, although in the later levels you do. Let's see what we can... if you manage to get a ball in the same pocket more than once, you get extra points. The balls are... whoops. Ridiculously big, but... and you can't really... and it's also possible to have the cue ball right over the top of the 6 ball. Look at that. I don't remember that, but there we go. Do I have to move this somehow? Is there a way to move it? That's bizarre. I was only able to actually shoot away from the ball, but didn't seem to be any way to actually position it. I'm frankly doing what I used to do as a kid, which is more or less randomly hit the balls until they all go in. And that is pretty much the strategy that wins on this game. It was a strange thing. You wouldn't imagine necessarily that this would be appealing to a kid, but I don't know, for some reason it just... I suppose it set me on the set me along the path of playing computer sort of pool and snooker games. Another a snooker game that was very good on the BBC. Well, I thought it was good. Was the one by CDS, Steve Davis Snooker, which we might have at some point. Let's see if we can at least get these in. Whoa! Unrealistically, there is a timer on these shots as well. Come on! I love the way that the speed of the balls changes depending on how many are moving at once. Hey, nice one for the 6 there. Let's see if we can get the 4 in. Let's see if we can get the 4 in without getting the cue ball in. Oh, I thought that might go. This must be like watching someone thread a needle. Hey! So now we get the bonus. Oh yeah, now we've got to put the balls in order. Actually, it still says level 1. I remember this as 2. Okay, so next one. I can't remember if there is actually a penalty from plotting them out of order. Notice one very unrealistic thing as well, totally unlike real pool. There's no penalty for not hitting a certain number of cushions. You have to normally... I'm sure you know the rules. This is not... this kind of 6-ball pool doesn't really bear much resemblance to the real thing. That said, I suppose it uses the limitations of the machine fairly well. I mean, later on in the history of the BBC and Electron, there were full 3D things. I mean, but they ran fairly slowly and just, you know, it was as hard to judge angles as it is with this. Oh, come on! Surely that was going to go in. See, number 3. Oh, come on. I've got to say, I don't think I've played this in what must be 25 years. Oh dear. Oh yeah, there's no penalty for hitting the wrong. I haven't played this for 25 years, and I was going to say, I seem to have written... I seem to have retained my skills. Well, I haven't, because I would have actually completed them. Here it comes, here it comes! Yes! Super Poo 1. So, I wonder who these people could be. Ace, well, Hurricane presumably would be Alex Hurricane Higgins. Steve the D, Steve Davis, I presume. They couldn't think of any other names. Hustler, Pool Shot, Table King. Oh, Caps Lock. Caps Lock was always on by default on the... That's depressing, isn't it? 390 points. Now, I will actually have another go at this. Because, you know, normally when I'm doing this kind of thing, I tend to think to myself... Well, I tend to say to the microphone that it's the microphone's fault because I'm having to talk while I'm doing it. That's simply not true with Super Pool, because I did actually complete this game while being watched by people and actually doing a commentary. So, we'll see. We'll see. To be honest, I am kind of surprised that I did as well as I... Whoa! As well as I did the first time around, because it has been a very long time. And it's starting to make me wonder, maybe there is a bit of skill to this. I wonder if I'd spent hours and hours and hours playing this, I wonder if I would be able to do it perfectly every time. I kind of hope not, because that would just be too depressing. Thought that you could actually be a world master at such a low-res pool game. That said, I can't deny the amount of fun I had playing this. And I suppose, you know, I'm also a bit spoilt now. I look back and he played Archie McLean pool games, and there's some pretty good snooker and pool games. Much more realistic. But once upon a time, this was pretty much all you could do. And it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad compared to what it could have been, which I suppose would have been entirely ASCII art. I bet somebody did that. I bet there is an ASCII art snooker game. I'm sure I came across one somewhere once. Not on the BBC, but I'm sure I came across one that was text only, where it described what was on the table, and you had to enter in the angle numerically, and it would then tell you what happened. I'm sure I came across something like that. At least this isn't that. Because that's the equivalent of playing pool or snooker when you've either got your eyes closed or you're just on the other end of a telephone and somebody's just like, you know, your mates are all playing pool and you couldn't go that day, and they said, I'll tell you what, let's just ring him up. What happened there? I lost a life. That farty noise told me. I'm not quite... Did I take too many shots? Oh, it's a shot counter as well. Come on, 5, go in. Don't embarrass me in front of all. Come on. There's always one, isn't there? Well, you shot 5 on the phone. See if that goes. No. Missed. Oh dear. It's like the old change jinx, isn't it? As soon as I start playing with the recording going, I just make a complete mess of it. Come on. Well, that was game over. Again, I did once do better than this. Here it comes. Yes. But you'll just have to take my word for it. So yes, Superpool by IGK Software. Who was it who created it? It was Robin Leatherbarrow, wasn't that the name? And credit to him. Got a lot of fun out of this game back in the day. So these days, other pool games are available. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll have some more videos coming soon.